Okay, so one thing I forgot to mention in my last sermon was I want you to turn to Genesis chapter 1. Look in verse 9. It says, God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. So this is earth being created. And God called the dry land earth. You see that? It says dry land earth. And the gathering together of the waters called he seas, and God saw that it was good. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons. So what was created first? It was the earth. The earth was created first, and then he created the lights, the stars, the sun. And it says, let them be for signs and for seasons and for years, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And God made two great lights. So he didn't even create the sun and the moon yet. So now he's creating the sun and the moon, the greater light to rule the day, the lesser light to rule the night. And he made the stars also, and God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth and to rule over the day and over the night. And God saw that it was good. So what happened first was on the second day, God created the firmament. And then the third day, God created earth under the firmament, in the firmament. And then the fourth day, God creates the sun and the moon. So what was the earth rotating around before God created it? What was the earth rotating around before God created the sun? It wasn't rotating around anything because he created the earth first. Created the earth, the firmament, and then he put the lights in it. And I just wanted to show you that before we get into the circle of the earth. So you just have a general idea that God created the earth first, and then the sun and the moon. It just wouldn't make sense. Why wouldn't he create the sun first, and then the earth, and have the earth spin around the sun? It makes more sense that he created the earth first, and then the sun spinning around the earth. So let's get into the circle of the earth.
All right, so I hope you still have your packet. If not, grab your packet from below you. And if you're watching this online, you haven't seen part number 1, it's important to watch part number 1 and get the foundations of the message. So we're going to start in Isaiah chapter 40. And if you have your packet with you, we're going to look at Isaiah 40 next to verse 22. And I want you to put your packet next to your Bible. And on the first page of your packet, it goes over something in verse 22. In Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 22, it goes over something very specific. And it says in verse 22, it is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, talking about God, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers, that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. So look at your packet. This is the flat earth model of the universe. Well, I don't like to call it a universe because it's an enclosed system. So the flat earth model of the world. This is the circle. If God is sitting upon the circle of the earth, he's sitting up here. Remember, we talked about God being above the firmament. He's sitting upon the circle of the earth and looking down, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers, looking down at the circle, us as grasshoppers. We're as grasshoppers to him. On the spinning ball earth, he's looking down and things are just spinning in front of his face. Things are just going everywhere. And things are more relative and literal in the Bible. He is literally looking down upon us. And it says, he that stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. So when you think of a tent, what do you think of? Something that's on a flat surface that is casing over it. It is over the earth. This is a tent. The heavens are as a tent. And it says to dwell in. Because he's talking about stretching out the heavens and spreading them as to dwell in. We are dwelling in that tent. That tent is this firmament. And everything is within this enclosed system. It is all within here. And we are sitting within. And a tent is something you would use on a flat surface. They use that terminology. God uses this terminology for a good reason.
You wouldn't put a tent on a ball. You would wrap a blanket around a ball. Or you would do something else around a ball. But a tent is something that you set pillars and you establish it, and then everything else is within it. So turn to Isaiah chapter 13. So I just wanted to go over why the earth is a circle, not a sphere, because some people will use that verse, that he sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and they'll say, see, that's the word, that's sphere. That's a sphere. Or in Hebrew, circle means sphere. You know, they just want to go back. They want to go back to the Hebrew and just say, no, it's just a circle, and this is a circle. This is the circle of the earth. It's a flat disk, and he's looking down upon it. But it's not a sphere, it's a circle. And then if you're in Isaiah chapter 13, verse 13, I want to show you that the earth is in a fixed position. It is not rotating around the sun. It is not spinning through the galaxy. It is not being just propelled into nothingness. It's in a fixed position. Look in verse 13 of Isaiah 13. It says, therefore, I will shake the heavens. In order to shake something, it's usually stationary, right? I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts and in the day of his fierce anger. So her place is showing that the earth has a place, a position, a space, that it is set. In the rotating earth, where it's just going everywhere, and you know, it's going through space and it's traveling around the sun, which is traveling around the galaxy, there's no fixed place for earth. But this is in a fixed place. Turn to 1 Chronicles chapter 16.